What's going on, guys? So today we are out here at Explore USA RV Supercenter in Corpus Christi, Texas, and we're going to take a look at this very interesting Torque fifth wheel. Now this is going to be a toy hauler because Torque is a toy hauler brand, but a lot of people haven't seen this really interesting slide and slide design, and I want to show you it because it really does some wonders for the front area of this RV, and I think you're going to like it. Hang tight, I'll be right back. All right, before we kick things off, let's take a look at the numbers on this unit. So this is going to have a gross vehicle weight rating of 17,000 pounds. It's going to ride on two axles. They're both going to be 7,000 pound axles, and it's going to have 16-inch F-rated tires. This has a cargo capacity of 2,860 pounds. So even though this is a toy hauler, the cargo capacity on this isn't terribly high, so just be careful what you load in it. This is great for small, lighter weight toys, but again, you want to be very careful in terms of overall what you're going to be loading in this unit. 14,000 pounds worth of total axle capacity, 17,000 pound GVWR. A lot of people are going to say, well, that doesn't add up. It's because your truck is going to carry a lot of the load. Remember, on a fifth wheel, the back axles, or the axles on your fifth wheel, would essentially be like the back axles of your pickup truck. The front axle of your fifth wheel is actually the back axle of your pickup truck. And just like a pickup truck, not one axle is designed to carry the entire weight of the vehicle. So that's how fifth wheels work. That's one of the reasons why they call it a fifth wheel. Anyways, let's take a look at the inside, then we'll come back out and take a look at the outside. It has the very plain standard LCI pin box, has the electronic ground control level up system, and the stairs are currently up in this unit, so I'll probably have to drop them down if it's unlocked. Okay, let's take a look inside of this Torque 373 with Azdel. So that's very cool that they actually use Azdel composite side panels. So when you compare this to a product that does not use Azdel, you basically have no chance of delamination of your wall, even if moisture gets on it, which is really good. This has a strut assisted door, which means it kind of pushes itself open, so they don't use a friction hinge on this. Instead, they have that right there. You have your MORryde step above steps. And again, let's take a look inside of this 373 Torque. All right, so right off the bat, you can tell this has a very different interior. You have a theater seat, or yeah, theater seat there, theater seat right here. Not really conversational in terms of how you can use them. This seems like a place you might want to hang out in, but not necessarily a place you'd want to live in or spend a lot of time in, and I'm just trying to be honest. You have two bar stools which kind of fold up in a very unique way right here. These tilt out and then you flip them flat, and you have bar stools right there, which is really cool. You have your TV in the kitchen space. You know, I like what they've done here in a lot of ways. You may love this. This may be perfect for you and what you envision for a toy hauler for your family, for your friends, just to get out. But this is a very weird interior to me, just for me personally. But again, you know, everyone has their own opinions on things, and you may love this interior, but I'm just not a big fan personally. Has a dual basin sink, plastic sink. You have a 3-burner Furrion stove. Got a lot of drawers going around it, which is really nice. You have a solid surface countertop here and here, JBL soundbar. Again, you got your TV already in place. You got your full-size residential microwave in place. You have a gas-electric refrigerator. These tend to be very common in toy haulers because of where people tend to take toy haulers. You tend to do more boondocking, more, you know, going out to the desert and not being connected to anything, and having a gas-electric refrigerator can be really important for you. You got more cabinetry, you got more space here. Perfect place for a coffee maker. That's really cool, I like that. This unit has an MSRP of $141,621. I can imagine it's actually going to sell for a lot less than that. So if you call them, you're very likely to get this thing at a fraction of that price. It has pleated blinds, and then you kind of have a blackout curtain here which covers the window. Got some more storage space here. All your controls are located right here. Does have a generator on board, I believe. We'll verify that once we get outside. Thermostat right here. I guess let's start from the garage and work our way to the front. Okay. This has a very good sized garage. It looks to be, I'm going to guess, probably close to 15 feet, maybe 13 feet. But you're going to say, well, how can you do that with this bathroom taking up this space? And by the way, it does have a half bath, right? Well, this wall is collapsible. So you simply unpin it, and you can fold this wall flat into the wall, or against the wall, so you have more space in here to keep your toys. That's why you have some of these D-rings on the floor, so you can keep your Harleys, your toys, and stuff inside of here. Again, keep in mind, it has a relatively low cargo capacity for a toy hauler, so you don't want to put like a 2,000-pound toy in the back here. You're going to really be stressing out what you can load. All right. And they even tell you all sorts of different information about how to load things in, if they have gas engines, all of that stuff. This back does lower into a patio area, and this is essentially the gate that would go around it whenever it's in its down position. You have your little elevated seating system that's already in its down kind of dinette position. You put a table in between, and this is where you can eat. And then you have another one which can lower down and turn into a couple of beds, which is really nice. You have an air conditioner up here. You have a loft right here as well, so if you have extra things you may need to store up there, or if the kids want to hang out up there, you have a small loft for that, which is nice. You can still mount a TV back here, which it's currently not mounted, but here are all the plugs and everything for it. Cross ventilation, you have a vent right here, and you're going to have one on the bottom right there as well to allow air to circulate through here if you have fumes and things like that collecting. And then you have your second entry exit, plus a little ladder that takes you up to your loft. And then you have an interesting door. So a lot of times you see this really cool glass door that is set up to be able to keep fumes from getting in and out. They use a wood door on here, has a nice piece of glass in the middle of it, but then they put a big thick rubber seal around it to be able to seal the garage area out. So it may be just as effective. It's hard to say. I can say the door is definitely heavier than a lot of the doors you typically see in RVs. All right, let's work our way to the front of this unit and see what it's all about. Stop and check out the bathroom. So it has a two-piece shower system. It's not the largest, but it's certainly not tiny. I almost feel a shower pan may have been more effective here, but some people really like a tub because if you have small children, you can actually give them a bath here as opposed to, you know, having to, you know, find a way to give them a bath if they want a bath, I suppose. Keep in mind, though, if you fill this thing full of water and you drain it, you're going to fill up your tank really quick, especially if you're boondocking. Nice solid surface countertop, plastic basin on the inside. Plastic sink, but it still looks nice. Medicine cabinet, another cabinet here, more drawers below, and a porcelain foot flush toilet. Okay, on this side, this is actually part of your slide, which is really interesting. So you got to keep your door open if you're going to be traveling, because you can see how this whole wall will actually come in with the slide in the bedroom. Then you got some storage right here, which is also part of the slide. So even though you see a door here, the door is actually built onto the slide. Now we're going to go in here and see this crazy, crazy bedroom with dual slides, or slide in a slide. First of all, you got all your wardrobe space, all of that stuff going on over here. You have a nice closet right here, and this is probably where your washer and dryer is going to go. So you can see you have a lot of space in here for a washer and dryer, your connections, and it kind of wraps around into the other part of the closet. So when I open up these closet doors, you're going to see that you got a good amount of space. And they, interestingly enough, put a solid surface counter at the front of this. It's a very odd choice, to be honest with you. Not that it's bad, it's just kind of weird to see a Corian counter inside of the front closet space. But yeah, this is what the bedroom looks like. And this is what it looks like when you have a huge slide with another slide in it. And these are both Schwintek slides, so it's a Schwintek slide in a slide. To give you kind of an idea of how much space it gives you, all the wall you see here from the edge of the door there back is slide. And that's because this slide pushes out from the main slide. But look at all the room it gives you here. It gives you huge, huge amounts of space at the end of the bed. I mean, you could probably do yoga or something here if you wanted to. Probably set up a desk here and even work. It's kind of crazy how much space it gives you. But yeah, a ton of space because of the slide in the slide principle. And this is something that's not new. This has actually been around for a long, long time. And people have been doing this for a long time. But you actually don't see it quite as often anymore. So the brands that are still doing it definitely are kind of unique. Because again, this isn't something you see all the time anymore. Then you have wardrobe storage and everything here. Again, more solid surface countertop. They must have gotten a really good bargain on Corian because they got it all over the place in this unit. Anyways, let's take a look at the outside of this toy hauler, see what it's all about. Okay, so we're going to start from the front, work our way back. Again, you got pretty much the bare minimum pin box up front, but it's nice because, you know, you're not paying for a really expensive pin box if you want to replace it. You can always throw an upgraded pin box on here and realize that you haven't removed one that's terribly expensive, which is really nice. Let's see if they put a generator in this unit. They did. So this comes equipped with the Onan QG 5500 generator. Really nice. This is a 5500 watt generator. It should be able to run pretty much everything inside of this RV. Again, electronic leveling. You're gonna have a propane can, probably one on each side. 30-pound propane can. So you got one on each side. Let's take a look inside of your basement storage area. It's on struts, but I don't know why it's on struts. It doesn't need to be on struts. It's limiting how high I can actually lift this door. I know they have an awning arm here, but I feel they probably could have gone with a different awning as opposed to limiting the height that this can go. Now it seems like it should be able to go higher, but it's pretty much stopping right here. Yeah, I don't really like that. That should be different. Shoot, if they were worried about the awning, they should have made the door swing out this way. But having it set up like this definitely isn't convenient for me. Does not have a drop frame. That's why you see this large section right here protruding up into your storage. Had it had a drop frame, you'd have a lot more storage, but not a lot of toy haulers have drop frames, to be honest. It is definitely trimmed off really nice. They put carpet all the way around. You have your tire link prep, which is essentially the tire pressure monitoring system that you can simply buy the other half for, and it's already prepped to be installed. You have your battery disconnect, which is also really nice. Power outlet, and you have your water heater bypass in here as well. This is your spare tire retrieval, so you unscrew it from this side and basically pull the whole thing out, and your spare tire rests above it. That's actually a really cool system. Water heater right here. MORryde step above steps. This is probably an outside kitchen. Let's check it out. Wow, that is a thick baggage door. This is like DRV Luxe thick and heavy. That is a heck of a baggage door they put here. All right, so you do have an outside kitchen here, complete with a micro refrigerator and a cooktop, but no sink. You do have a spot for a TV though. I do wish they had a sink out here. That would have been nice. That's a crazy, crazy thick baggage door. You have Trailer King RST tires. I'd swap these out pretty quickly. No upgraded suspension equalizer. You have your back access to get into the garage. LED light strip. All LED lighting. This is the back area, plus you have an awning which can extend over it, so whenever you're set up as a patio, you have some nice shade. You have your ladder which folds up to the side of the RV. Fueling station back here, 50 amp connection. That's the outside of that cross ventilation I was telling you about. This is where your gas pump's essentially going to be. This is where you would fill up your fuel tank. Second gray tank connection there. This is one of your sewer connections. This is behind your gas electric refrigerator, and you also will have a vent up here as well. That's to keep the unit cool. Another gray tank handle over here, which means you probably have another gray tank right there. It's probably your gray and black. Outside of your furnace, all your connections. So this doesn't have a dedicated wet bay. You pretty much have everything kind of stuck out here on the side. Little outside shower. And then another baggage door, which doesn't open up very high. Now I could see having a strut arm here just because you have a slide above you, but still it should lift up to at least like right here. Here's your touch panel for your leveling system. That's your exhaust for your generator, and then this is going to be your other propane can. Overall, what do you all think? What do you think of this? This slide and slide. It's got rack and pinion slides, but then it also has this Schwintek and a Schwintek. But, you know, you can see how much further it sticks out past the rack and pinion slide by having it this way. In my opinion, though, you know, as cool as this may look, I would rather perhaps have a standard slide like this right here that extends out a little further. That way it's less componentry to potentially fail, right? You have another motor that has to power the Schwintek in the Schwintek, so you have two motors here when you really only need one. Really you have four. So, you know, the ability for you to control your slides and have as few failure points as possible, I think trumps having the benefit that this gives you in terms of space. But I'd love your opinion. Anyways, guys, please let me know how you feel about this really cool Torque toy hauler. Is this something you could see yourself owning? And in my opinion, tow vehicle wise, I would put this behind a dually or maybe even a high payload equipped 1-ton single rear wheel truck. And that's mainly because it's a toy hauler. You want some redundancy, you want some safety there, and you're gonna get more cargo capacity in those trucks than you're gonna get in any 3/4 ton truck. Anyways, guys, I sure hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.